Hey curl friends, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday everyone. Today I want to talk to you in regards to trimming your hair. This question seems to be causing a lot of confusion, I think, especially in the natural hair community. Everyone have their own opinion when you should trim, how you should trim, who should trim your hair. It just seemed like there is no clarity. And I think trimming your hair is based on your own personal experience, and it's based on your own personal hair need. No one can really tell you when to trim your hair. You have to realize that when you are on your healthy hair journey doesn't mean that I'm just gonna wash my hair, deep condition my hair, do my egg protein treatment, and that's it. It means analyzing your hair. It means analyzing your scalp, looking at your hair. You know, does it feel different? Does it look different from my last wash? Or does it look or feel different from a couple of months ago? Do I have excessive shedding? Do I have excessive breakage? What's really going on with my hair? You really have to pay attention to your hair, because that's the only way that you're actually going to be able to tell the changes between your hair. Because believe it or not, our hair goes through a process where, you know, sometimes our hair look and feel healthier, and then sometimes our hair just feel dry, and you know, it just go through that process where it just doesn't feel the same anymore. It doesn't look the same. I get asked a lot in regards to how do I know when to trim my hair? Now these questions, the way I'm going to be answering these questions, they are based on my personal experience, okay? This is not from watching YouTube or reading a blog. All this is from what I experienced since I've been on my hair journey. The first question I get asked a lot is, how do I know when I need a trim? Now, if you guys been following me on my Instagram and also on my YouTube channel, you will know that I transitioned. My last relaxer was March of 2013. I transitioned for about 9 months, and then I big chopped December of 2013. Now, I didn't know I actually need a trim until, I want to say, maybe a year into my journey. I started noticing something different with my hair when I would do like my twist out. I would notice that the end would be like straggly. The end would be completely different from the rest of my hair. I would twist all the way out to the end, and then when I get ready to coil it at the end, it's just very lifeless. It's thin. It's not as thick and chunky as the rest of my hair would be. I noticed it had a lot of single strand knots at the end, and also it just feels very rough. Like it would just, it's a different texture. It's a different texture. I noticed it was a different texture, and I knew at that time that I needed a trim. But it took me a whole year to figure that part out, because remember, I was new to my hair journey, and I was learning myself and learning my hair. So trimming my hair right after my big chop was the last thing on my mind. The next question is, when or how often do I trim? I went an entire year before I got a trim. Now, it is not written in stone, ladies. It's not written anywhere where you have to get your hair trim at a certain time. Trimming your hair is based on your hair needs. So if you are doing a lot of things to your hair, as far as brushing, combing, blow drying, straightening your hair, if you are just manhandling your hair, then probably you will probably need to get a trim earlier than a year. Okay, there is no way to get around to say, okay, well, to prevent you from getting split ends. Getting split ends is inevitable. It's just something that's going to happen. But you have to practice safe hair journey techniques that is going to eliminate, or not eliminate, but is going to decrease the chances of you getting a lot of split ends. Okay, keeping your hair moisturized. Okay, keeping your hair moisturized. Stop combing your hair when it's dry and it's brittle and it's thirsty. Stop brushing your hair all the time. Stop blowing out your hair, and for God's sake, stop trying to lay down the hair with the flat iron. These are things that increase your chances of getting split ends. Some stylists recommend that you trim your hair every 4 to 6 weeks. Some might say every 6 months. Some, you know, I've never met a stylist that says once a year, because to them that's ridiculous. My stylist, she told me that my hair was very, very healthy. She did recommend that I do it at least once every 6 months. But I was like, girl, no, I will see you in 1 year, because I know that I take care of my hair. I do have split ends. Like I said, split ends is inevitable. It's something that you're going to get. But I don't abuse my hair. I don't do things to my hair that is going to increase my chances of getting split ends. That is going to cause a lot of breakage and shedding. All right. Did I do it at home, or did I get it done professionally? I think I probably answered that question in between, somewhere in between 1 and 2. I did seek professional help. I did try the DIY method at home, where I did small 2-strand twists, and I took the scissors, and at the end where I thought it was straggly and that the texture was different, I did snip them off there. But when I washed my hair the following week and did my 2-strand twist all over again, I realized that I was no professional and that I needed to seek professional help. Now, a lot of my curl friends are skeptical. They're actually afraid of going to the salon, because there are a lot of stylists out there who don't know what they are doing. Okay. And there are some stylists out there who are professionals, who went to cosmetology school and know exactly what they're doing, who educate the client in regards to what they're doing and let the client feel comfortable, who knows the difference between a trim and a big chop. Wait for it. Okay, and this is why most of us are afraid to go sit in your chair, because seems to be a misunderstanding between the client and the stylist. When we go and ask for a trim, and then you spin us around in that chair, and then when you spin us back around to the mirror, we have a big chop. Okay, so a lot of my girlfriends are afraid to go to the stylist. What I would recommend, if you are not comfortable with trimming your hair at home, and I know a lot of us aren't, and you believe that you need to go to see a professional stylist, I would do the referral method. I would make sure that I find someone who have a stylist that they go to on a regular basis, that they have a good rapport with, that they're comfortable with, and have them refer you or go with you to that stylist that day when you're going to get your hair trimmed, so everything will be okay. Make sure you have an open conversation with your stylist. Let the stylist know exactly what you want done to your hair. Don't just go there and sit in their chair. I never can understand, why is it that a grown person go to the stylist, sit in the chair, get out of the chair, pay that money, and then they go on social media, and then they just totally assassinate the stylist's reputation. Okay, so the stylist messed up, but you were at fault also, because you sat there and knew that all that clipping and clipping, she must have been cutting your hair, and all that flat ironing, you knew that she went through that section about 20 times, but you sat there. If you're not comfortable with something, like, you're an adult, let the stylist know that, hey, you know, have an open dialogue between you and your stylist. Don't just go there and just plop in the chair. Did I trim my hair wet or dry? Again, you guys could watch the video in the description box. I'm going to put the link down there. Simone did trim my hair when it's dry. I did ask her that question, why didn't she trim my hair when my hair was wet? And she explained to me, as a professional stylist, she did explain to me that it makes no sense, or that it's very difficult for her to trim my hair when it's wet. The reason being that my hair is in its natural state, is kinky, coily, and naturally when our hair is wet, it shrinks. So there would be no way for her to do an accurate trimming of my hair when my hair is in a wet state. You can practice safe hair journey techniques and method to decrease the amount of split ends that you have. Make sure that you keep your hair moisturized all the time. Your hair don't need to be dry and just out all the time. Keep your hair in some kind of protective style when you're not going out. When you're going to bed, make sure that you cover your hair with a satin scarf, a satin bonnet. Some people have satin pillowcases. I haven't graduated to that level yet, so I have my scarf and my bonnet. Make sure that you are not brushing and combing your hair when it's dry, or brushing or combing your hair, period, unless it's needed. Let me hear from you. How often do you trim? Do you DIY at home? Do you go to a professional stylist? Have you experienced anything out of the norm by going to a stylist? Did they misunderstood what you really wanted? Yeah, let's start a conversation. Anyway, ladies, I will catch you on my next video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.